Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Red Tech here, and today I'm going to be telling you about why you should choose the iPhone 12 over the iPhone 12 Pro. Now let's get into it. So one of the good things is that if you choose the 12 over the 12 Pro is that you're going to be saving a lot of money, and you're still going to be getting around the same performance, same camera capabilities, same identical screen size, a lot of the same good things. You're not losing that much this time around when you get the 12. You're only losing the telephoto lens, and you're only getting 4 gigabytes of RAM instead of 6. But if you're not a heavy multitasker, you're not going to be able to tell the difference. And in the 12 model, you're also getting the LiDAR scanner, and the 12 you're not. But other than that, you're not really getting much of a big difference if you do get the regular 12 model. Now I know most people are going to be like, I need the 12 Pro, 12 Pro Max. Now if you get the 12 Pro Max, I do kind of understand it because that one has a bigger battery. You're gonna get better battery life, has a better screen, has a 6.7 inch. So if you like bigger phones, then that's one you should look for. It might have better camera capabilities, not by much, but they do have bigger sensors. So at the end of the day, they are better cameras. But when it comes to the regular 12 and the 12 Pro, the differences are so small that it's so hard to justify the difference in price. So that's why when it comes to me, in my opinion, I think it's better off going off with the regular 12 model. Also, this time around, you're gonna get a 6.1 inch OLED display on the regular 12 model. So before, they would only reserve the OLED screens for the Pro Max models, so the more expensive models. But this year they just ended up giving the OLED screens to all 4 of them. So that includes the mini, the 12, the 12 Pro, and the 12 Pro Max. So before, in previous years, when it comes to the regular iPhones, they would always install the regular LCD 720p displays, which weren't the best in the world, especially for a phone that costs above $700, because there are other phones out there that are cheaper that come with 1080p OLED displays. But this year around, since they're all getting OLED displays, that's a good thing. For me personally, I love OLED displays. You're getting a 460 ppi for each phone, so that's a pretty good picture per inch density. Both phones are gonna look good. When you watch videos on YouTube, they're gonna look good. Colors are gonna look punchy. Blacks are gonna be deeper. The colors look way more vibrant. So in my opinion, if you're into that, if you're into better screens, then this is a good phone to get into. And like I say, you don't need to get into the Pro models just to get the OLED displays this time around. Another key difference is that the Pro model, you're gonna get a higher peak of brightness. Not by much, but in direct sunlight, it's gonna be better off with the Pro models. But like I said, at the end of the day, you're not gonna really tell the difference between a 12 and a 12 Pro. They're both pretty bright outdoors, pretty visible, so I'm pretty sure you're not gonna have a hard time looking at it from direct sunlight, because I know I don't really. They both have the same A14 Bionic chip, so they're both gonna be speedy. They're both gonna get you through day-to-day tasks. So unless you're a heavy multitasker, it's better off going with the Pro, because that one comes with 6 gigabytes of RAM, which the 12 only comes with 4. But like I said, at the end of the day, this one comes with the fastest chip in the world. It comes with the A14 Bionic chip, so anything you throw at it, it's not gonna stutter, it's not gonna lag. It's gonna be fast, speedy, agile. So either phone you're not gonna go wrong with. Now, like I said, if you are a heavy multitasker, then it is better off getting the 6 gigabytes of RAM. But 2 gigabytes of RAM more is not gonna be a big difference. Unless it was 8, then I'll be like, okay, you know what? It's probably better off going with the Pro model. But 4 and 6 are so close to each other that you won't notice the difference. Especially if you're a light user, you will not tell the difference between using either one. So like I said, another key difference is that the regular 12 model, you're not getting the telephoto around this time. Only on the Pro model, you're getting a telephoto. But if you're not a person who really uses the telephoto lens, then you don't really need the 12 Pro or 12 Pro Max. Me personally, I tend to use the ultra wide a lot more. I tend to use it in a lot more scenarios, so I don't find myself really zooming in into photos, because they do tend to break down in quality. But when it comes to the ultra wide, it does come in handy a lot. So for me personally, I'd rather go and have the ultra wide than a telephoto lens. But if you're somebody who likes taking pictures of nature, you like getting up close to something, then maybe the telephoto lens is good for you. But like I said, for an extra $150, I don't think it's that great of a telephoto lens to begin with. It's not like the Samsung one where you can zoom in up to 100 times. It's only a 3 times optical zoom. So at the end of the day, it's not the best out there, but it does give you the option to zoom in closer and to get better quality photos. But for me personally, I don't use it. And if you're a person like me who doesn't tend to zoom into stuff, then just go with the 12 model. Also, the 12 Pro comes with a LiDAR sensor, so it's better for portrait shots at night. But like I said, that's only if you take portrait shots at night. Me personally, I don't really do that. I don't really take photos in general at night, so I won't be able to tell the difference between this one and the 12 Pro. If you have good lighting when it comes to any phone, you're gonna get good quality photos. So when it comes to the 12 or 12 Pro, you're gonna get good photos between either one. Another key difference is that the 12 Pro supports ProRAW footage. So if you're somebody who tends to edit their photos or videos after it's done, so if you do a lot of after processing, then you're gonna really like the 12 Pro. It gives photographers and videographers better control over the way they wanna edit their videos and quality of photos. But if you're not really into that, if you don't really like editing your videos and stuff like that, or even your pictures, then you don't need to go for the 12 Pro. You could just go with the regular 12, and at the end of the day, in any of the iPhones, you're getting the best recording capabilities, better than any phone out there. There's no competition at all when it comes to videography. When recording off this phone, you're never gonna get a bad experience off it. Even when you're recording at 1080p, which was I do sometimes. I record on 1080p and 4K at times, so I switch back and forth depending on how much storage I have. But when I record even on 1080p, it's good enough for me, so I'm pretty sure if it's good enough for me, I'm pretty sure it's good enough for most people. Now, when it comes to the design, Apple changed the way the iPhone looks this year. Throughout the past few years, the iPhone has always had rounded corners, which is good and bad depending on the user. For me personally, I like the way it is now. I like the boxy design of it, just like the iPhone 4 and 5 of 5-6 years ago when they first came out. I had the 5 when it first came out, and I love that phone. Even when you rock these phones naked, it feels better in the hands. It feels a lot more grippy since the phone is a lot more boxy. You feel like more confident holding this phone, better than rounded edges where it's a lot more slippery. But at the end of the day, I doubt that's gonna bother anybody of the shape of the phone, just because most people wear a case on their phone. I wear a case, so I don't really get to feel the boxiness of the phone, but I kind of do sometimes, just because now the cases are made more boxier. So even though it's a case, the case is a little more boxy, so it's kind of easier in the hands and easier for you to hold. They both come with ceramic glass shield in the front, which makes it more durable if you do drop it. But the downside is that it's a lot easier for it to get scratched. If you are a clumsy person and you tend to drop your phone a lot, then you have a better chance of it not breaking. But there's a high chance of you scratching it. So just be safe. Put a screen protector on it and your phone should be good. With the iPhone 12, you're getting aluminum rails on the side. So if you do tend to drop it, this one has a better chance of getting damaged. Whereas the 12 Pro comes with a stainless steel body. Yes, it's a lot more fingerprinty. So if you do tend to rock your phone naked and you touch them, you tend to leave a lot of fingerprints on the side for the stainless steel. So for the aluminum body, that one doesn't really catch fingerprints, but the stainless steel at the end of the day tends to be the better and more durable when it comes to either a 12 or a 12 Pro. But none of that matters because most of you are going to be wearing a case at the end of the day, so don't worry about that. Another difference is that the 12 comes in a variety of different colors. So for the 12, you can get it in blue, green, red, white, and black. So for me, I ended up getting the white one just because I've always gotten the white iPhone. I like it a lot more. Black seems kind of too boring for me. For the 12 Pro, you can get it in Pacific Blue, which is a new one, which is really nice, gold, graphite, and silver. So like I said, that one only comes with 4 colors. The best one's probably the Pacific Blue. That's just in my opinion, but you get more colors in the regular 12 and 12 mini. Now for the price difference. The iPhone 12 starts at $799, while the iPhone 12 Pro starts at $999. So that's a $200 difference. The only thing that I don't understand is that if you buy it for a carrier, they end up charging $30 more for some reason. So for me, I got the T-Mobile version. This one costs $829, which is $30 more. I'm not sure why they charge $30 more for a carrier, but that's what it is. But if you buy it unlocked, this one is $799, like I said, and the 12 Pro is $999. So a $200 difference. If you want to get the 12 Pro because it comes with a telephoto lens, because it comes with 2 more gigabytes of RAM, because you get better post-processing editing on that phone, then go for the 12 Pro. But if you don't tend to do any of those things, if you don't use your telephoto lens, then there's no point of paying $200 more when this is $200 less and you're getting the same thing, same performance. It's still fast, it takes great photos, and this one actually has better battery life from what I've been reading and watching on YouTube. Maybe because this one has 4 gigabytes of RAM, maybe because it's not running that much apps in the background, so it reserves more of its battery life. But from what I've heard and from what I read, this one comes with a better battery life, even though they both have the same battery capacity. So like I said, same screen size, same fast charging, it has the same alert sliders. So like I said, at the end of the day, it's basically identical besides the things that I just mentioned. But the biggest thing probably is going to be the price. So if you could get past the $799 and you could spend the extra $200, then go for it. It's not going to be a bad phone at the end of the day. But if you don't need those things, like I said, just save yourself $200 like I did and just get the iPhone 12, and it's going to be the same thing and you're going to be happy with it at the end of the day like I am. So that's been it. Hopefully that helps you guys out if you guys are undecisive on which phone you're trying to get. I know this is 6 months later, but I just got this phone a month ago and I've been happy ever since. Hopefully this made your decision a lot more easier. Take care, and I'll see you guys next time.